67, Brian Waters, the third best guard I've ever faced, I need a recount.
Down, 60 to go, and lots to discuss on this week's Top 100 reaction show, including the inclusion of a fullback on the list, Vontae Leach, making the cut at 65, which ought to make Arian Foster pretty happy, even though Leach was not the blocker that Foster was campaigning for earlier in the week when he sent us this tweet telling us that it was okay to leave him out of the Top 100, but that we should include his offensive linemen, Chris Myers, Dwayne Brown, Wade Smith, Eric Winston, and Mike Brazel. Clearly, the reigning rushing champ knows where his bread is buttered, but he doesn't seem to know how this list works. If he did, he would know that the list was already set, and the NFL Network didn't set it.
We don't have anything to do with this. We're just the messengers. Don't shoot.
Yeah, hey, Arian, next year, send that tweet to your colleagues in the league right around the beginning of February, because that is when they voted on this list. We love the tweet, though. Happy to hear from a current player who may or may not be on this list himself. We also love hearing from all of you at home. Keep an eye out for your tweets and Facebook messages on this banner at the bottom of your screen throughout the show. We are also accepting responses on NFL.com/top100. And let me tell you, there have been a lot of responses so far. People are riled up about this list, which we've already told you includes a whopping 18 wide receivers, more than any other position. We already know 7 of them. Starting with Terrell Owens, who came in at number 91, the lone Bengal on the list. So we already know Ochocinco's not on it. Josh Cribbs made the cut, technically as a wide receiver, more likely for his skills as a return man. Mike Williams of Tampa Bay is on the list at 83, one of 3 rookies in the top 100. Santonio Holmes, we've decided perhaps undervalued at 76. Greg Jennings, almost definitely undervalued at 74. Fans had him at 21 in the last episode. And now we add 2 new names to the list. Miles Austin out of Dallas and Brandon Marshall out of Miami at 70 and 61, respectively, the bookends on this week's episode, so to speak. Are we okay with that order so far?
I'm having a little problems with that order so far. A lot of good receivers in that mix, but Greg Jennings, I mean, you look at him over the past 4 years. I mean, he's top 6 in yards, top 4 in touchdowns, number 1 as far as receivers with over 200 catches in yards per catch. So this is over the past 4 years. This isn't just 1 year. This isn't just Super Bowl champion year. This is over the last 4 years. I think he belongs much higher than that, Warren.
I put Greg Jennings in my top 5 into a tweet. Speaking of tweets, and almost got murdered. I mean, where's Roddy White's album? I'm like, wait a minute. I was just going through a couple of things, and I thought Greg Jennings was one of the better receivers that I've ever seen play this game right now that's in the game. And so far, this list says he's not. So I guess we need to work on this.
It says that there are 13 wide receivers better in this league than
13?
him. Yeah.
That's
Find
tough.
him.
Good luck finding
That's
him.
tough. Line them up and put them on your team, and I'll take Greg
Find
Jennings.
me 13.
There are 11
Goodness gracious.
better than Brandon Marshall, according to this list as well.
Wow. I mean, when you see that video, what he can do, big, strong, break the catch, run. I mean, the guy can do everything. Again, I'm hard-pressed to find 11 guys at that position that are
I think that might have a little something to do with his quarterback that was throwing him the ball. So, normally when you have a good combination, they both rise. When you have a bad combination, somebody has to suffer. So Brandon's suffering for his quarterback.
Clearly, there are a lot of wide receivers that the players in the league think are pretty good that are left to go on this list. Who do you think will end up being number 1 out of the wide receivers? Who will be the highest ranked?
That's simple. There's 10 Canes on this list, and Andre Johnson will top this.
Gotta be Kane.
Oh, it's gonna be a
Gotta be
Kane.
Kane.
You know what? There's only 2 receivers in the history of the game that's put back-to-back 1,500-yard season. There's only one still gonna lead. That's Andre Johnson.